Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, we are back with our current affairs session. Now, we are currently in the 12th week of our discussion on the various current affairs, right? So, today, the topics that are going to be discussed in today's session are these presented before you, important for your prelims and can be used in your mains also, since prelims is coming in June. So, we are bringing more and more topics that will be of use to you in the coming prelims or even in the future, right? So, in that aspect, the first topic, very important topic from your culture part, Martand Sun Temple. It was in news, so now covering it is important. Can be asked in UPSC mains or prelims, can be asked in other state examinations also, right? Then Aruna Asif Ali, an important historical personality again, so it's important to read about various contributions of this personality and also in what roles she conducted herself within India during her lifetime, right? Then India Nepal, as we know, Prime Minister Modi ji is on a tour to Lumbini, that is in Nepal. So India Nepal relations become very important for your upcoming mains, right? So with that regard, this topic has been included. Then Buddha Purnima, obviously Modi ji was there in context of Buddhism to celebrate Buddha Purnima. So this is important for your prelims. We will discuss this also. La Reunion, a place in news. We'll see the location to solve map-based questions. Then SCO or the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is again in news with its mechanism RATS, right? This all we'll discuss in detail. So let's begin the discussion. First topic of today is going to be the Martand Sun Temple. This is how the temple looks like. Please watch it carefully, because whenever in the exam questions are asked on the architecture, so you can answer those questions based on whatever you have seen about that that structure that is in question in your life. ठीक है, so आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर को लर्न करने के लिए, जैसे आपको डांसेस लर्न करने हैं, पेंटिंग्स लर्न करने हैं, ट्राई टू यूज योर पिक्टोरियल मेमोरी टू रिमेंबर ऑल दो स्टफ कि भरतनाट्यम में जैसे किस तरीके की कॉस्ट्यूम होती है. सी द वीडियोज ऑफ भरतनाट्यम, सी द पिक्चर्स ऑफ भरतनाट्यम टू रिमेंबर what kind of attire they are acquiring, what kind of poses they are getting into, what kind of dress they are wearing, what kind of jewelry they are wearing, right? So in that same fashion, this is the Martand Sun Temple located in Kashmir, right? Now it's in news because of some controversy that the governor, lieutenant governor of J&K visited this temple, which is not allowed under the ASI's, that is Archaeological Survey of India's rules. This is a body, regulatory body for your cultural or architectural elements. Now it also has some rules that are to be avoided by every citizen of the country, including the higher authorities. So some rules were not followed, इसलिए ये न्यूज़ में है. हमारे लिए important है इसके characteristics, right? All the knowledge about Martand Sun Temple. So it's an 8th century temple, 8th century में बना था, right? One of the oldest sun temple. Important part is that it is a sun temple. India में there are only few important sun temples. One is in Konark, Odisha, one is in Gujarat, right? And one is this in Kashmir, right? इसीलिए भी ये बहुत important है, right? इस पे भी question आ सकता है, sun temple कौन सा है, कौन सा नहीं है, right? So इसीलिए this becomes important. Next important point about this temple is that it is a specimen of your Kashmiri architecture, right? जैसे हमने पहले भी एक टेम्पल प्रीवियस वीडियोस में डिस्कस किया था, दैट वाज फ्रॉम कश्मीर, राइट? अगर आपको कभी भी क्वेश्चन आ जाए मेंस में कश्मीरी आर्किटेक्चर पे, यू कैन यूज द एग्जांपल ऑफ दिस टेम्पल एज वेल एज दैट टेम्पल दैट वी डिस्कस्ड इन दैट प्रीवियस क्लास. ठीक है? So you can always mention that they have such pyramidal structures. उसमें भी यही था, they have water bodies in which the temple lies, right? So same were the characteristics of the temple that we discussed in the previous class, right? So these are some of the features of Kashmiri architecture, of the temples of Kashmiri architecture. So you can use these two examples to write answers even in mains, right? Next, just a journal information that it was destroyed by Sikandar Shah Miri in the 14th century. So we have some ruins of this temple that are lying now, and they have been included into the Archaeological Survey of India's list of sites of national importance. ठीक है, जो हमारे लिए आर्कियोलॉजिकल हेरिटेज वैल्यू की साइट्स हैं उनकी लिस्ट में द रिमेन्स ऑफ दिस टेम्पल हैव बीन इंक्लूडेड, राइट? So that is basically about your Martand Temple, right? Now the next topic for today's discussion, that is this important personality Aruna Asif Ali, right? She has made some important contributions to our freedom struggle. So some of the information about her you should remember. Questions कई बार आ जाते हैं, right? Personality based questions आते हैं, या you can use this knowledge to eliminate in other questions, right? So इनके बारे में कुछ जानकारी हम जान लेते हैं. So who was she? Aruna Asif was a political educator. She was Indian educator. She was a political activist and publisher. बहुत books भी लिखी, freedom struggle में भी इन्होंने fight किया, लोगों को awareness and awakening provide करने में भी इनका बहुत role रहा है, right? So that is the main feature. And now the key point, she is also known as the grand old lady of independence. Now she is known as the grand old lady. You tell me in the comment boxes that who is known as the grand old man of Indian independence. She is known as the grand old lady. ये भी याद रखना है, कभी भी question में आ सकता है, especially ancillary examinations में जो CAPF वगैरह के एग्जाम्स हैं उस पर ये पूछा जा सकता है. Otherwise also you should know this is an interesting fact. And in the very right, Yaman Deep Goswami, Dadabhai Naroji is known as the grand old man, and she is known as the grand old lady of Indian independence, right? So she is also known for hoisting the Indian national flag, at the Bombay Maidan when the Quit India movement started. So we all know that the Quit India movement, Bharat Chodo movement or Agast Kranti, that started in 1942. There she played a very important role. She was the one who hoisted India's flag at the Gowalia Tank Maidan of Bombay, right? Signifying that we want an independent nation free of the colonizing powers, right? Then she was also an important member of the Indian National Congress. हमारी freedom struggle की एक बहुत important ये political organization थी, the Congress. And Aruna Asif Ali also contributed to the developments of this political organization. Then also she participated in the Salt Satyagrah. हम सब जानते हैं, the Dandi March of Gandhi ji. Various leaders contributed in their own ways in this satyagrah. Aruna Asif also paid her contribution to this mission, right? Then a journal information, we know कि 1931 में गांधी और इरविन के बीच में गांधी इरविन पैक्ट हुआ था, जिसमें one of the promises was that political prisoners of India will be released. ठीक है, so बहुत सारे moderate political prisoners were released, but there were many people, many freedom fighters who were not released as a result of this pact. One prominent personality is Bhagat Singh, another prominent personality is Aruna Asif Ali, right? She was also not released as a result of this pact, right? Now post independence, she was awarded the Padma Vibhushan award in 1992, and also the Bharat Ratna was given to her posthumously. That means after her death it was awarded to her for her contributions to India's freedom struggle, right? पहले जब वो when she was alive, at that time Vibhushan, Padma Vibhushan was given, right? Then later Bharat Ratna was awarded on her name also, right? Also, she became the first mayor of Delhi, right? Delhi ki first mayor, she was the one who was the first mayor of Delhi. So Aruna Asif Ali ki ye contributions and her achievements are important for from your exam point of view, you can cover these. Now next, as I told you that Modi ji is in Nepal celebrating the Buddha Purnima, right? So there are some agreements that we conducted with Nepal and some developments happened there which are important for your mains perspective mainly. So इसीलिए हम ये 2-4 points यहाँ discuss करेंगे. सबसे पहले तो first Indian international culture of Buddhist heritage has been established. India's International Center for Buddhist Culture and Heritage has been established. देखिए already China वगैरह के ऐसे centers that are devoted to the promotion of Buddhist culture are already there in Nepal. But this is India's first center that has been inaugurated now by Prime Minister Modi in Nepal, right? So it's a very important development of our soft diplomacy with Nepal, right? Right? So that is why this thing is important. India Nepal pe koi question aaye, you should mention that how India Nepal relations are progressing in the cultural field. We are cooperating to establish such centers, right? Then there is also a proposal to build a Buddhist circuit to connect the most important sites of Buddhism. Sarnath kya hai? The first sermon where Buddha gave, right? Then Bodh Gaya, where Buddha got enlightenment. Kushinagar, the place of death of Buddha, and Lumbini, the place of birth for Buddha. So this Lumbini is in Nepal, rest 3 places are in India, only Bihar and UP area, right? So there is a proposal to connect them through a Buddhist circuit. We already have this proposal or plan, this scheme going on in India. So the proposal is also to extend it to Nepal by connecting Lumbini also. This is again a very important part of our soft diplomacy, a very good proposal that we all should promote to enhance India-Nepal ties, right? So that was the first major development with regard to India-Nepal. Now there have been some 6 MOUs that have been signed between the two sides during this visit. Some important ones we will discuss here, right? तो इंडिया नेपाल को डिटेल में आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड विद यू इफ़ यू हैव बिन रेगुलरली फॉलोइंग माय सीरीज. सो हमने इंडिया नेपाल के बेसिक रिलेशंस, दी रोटी बेटी रिलेशनशिप्स ऑफ नेपाल एंड इंडिया, वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड. So one important component of India and Nepal's relationship has been the hydroelectricity projects. Hydroelectric projects. See, Nepal has many potential rivers. Kosi river, one of the most famous ones. Okay? So it has lot of water running through its territories. What they need is damming infrastructure so that they can use the water power to create energy or electricity for their own population and also for selling it outside, right? And that is where India is helping them in building the dam infrastructure, in building the hydroelectric power project infrastructure, right? So this Arun project, अरुण 4 पे पहुंच चुके हैं अब हम, ठीक है. अरुण 4 पावर प्रोजेक्ट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिक सिटी प्रोजेक्ट इन बिटवीन द 2 कंट्रीज. तो उसी को साइन, उसको ही स्टार्ट करने के लिए MOU साइन कर दिया गया है. ऑलरेडी हम अरुण 3 इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं नेपाल में. नाउ देयर इज अ विजन टू स्टार्ट अनदर hydroelectric project. This will help the population of Nepal a lot. उनको electricity अच्छे से मिलेगी with more and more hydroelectric projects, right? And also they will be able to export the electricity and earn foreign exchange reserves from that. So this is the major development in this visit, right? Rest all are some again soft measures that have been introduced, like so Ambedkar chair for Buddhist studies will be opened in Lumbini Buddhist University, right? Just signifying the importance of this personality. A chair will be created, or a professor will be established in this university to teach about Ambedkar's ideology, right? Then ICCR Chair of India Studies will be established on the same lines. And then finally there is joint master's degree between IIT Madras and Kathmandu University. दोनों मिलके joint master's degree को launch करेंगे, right? That has been proposed. This is the most important one. This you must remember. Rest आप थोड़ा बहुत लिख के रख लीजिए to write in the answers, right? This you should never forget. This can even be asked in prelims कि अरुण प्रोजेक्ट्स जो हैं इंडिया किस कंट्री के साथ कोऑपरेशन में कंडक्ट कर रहा है, राइट? वैसे ये मेंस के लिए भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. जब भी इंडिया नेपाल रिलेशंस लिखें ये पॉइंट ज़रूर मेंशन करें, राइट? नाउ वे फॉरवर्ड. अब देखिए इंडिया और नेपाल के आप रिलेशंस देखिए, हमने डिटेल में पढ़े ही हैं. देयर आर मैनी पॉजिटिव्स ऑफ द बायलैटरल रिलेशंस, देयर आर मैनी प्रॉब्लम्स आल्सो इन द बायलैटरल रिलेशंस. ठीक है, पॉलिटिकल लेवल पे इंडिया को एज अ बिग ब्रदर वहाँ देखा जाता था. ऑल्सो इंडिया ने पेट्रोल उनको 2015 में देना बंद कर दिया था, तो बहुत ही एंटी इंडिया सेंटिमेंट जागरूक हो गया था. ऑल्सो लॉट ऑफ political parties try to use the India card, you know, they use this card in their politics to win votes and raise slogans against India, right? So उस तरीके से बहुत सारे issues तो है, but what can we do to improve the bilateral relations? First thing, that the most important thing is to, you know, work on the development side. See, as I told you earlier also, Nepal is a poor or less developed country, you can say. They are very much in need of development finance, development technology, development know-how, right? Everything they need. So that is where India can work. India can provide all the development needs of Nepal. So India can provide them finance, India can provide them technology. जैसे हम अरुण प्रोजेक्ट के अंडर कर रहे हैं, उन्हें हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिक पावर प्रोजेक्ट्स की टेक्नोलॉजी एंड नो हाउ प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं. वैसे प्रोजेक्ट्स हमें और एक्सपैंड करने चाहिए ताकि नेपाल की डेवलपमेंट हो सके, जिससे उनके द पीपल ऑफ नेपाल विल ऑल्सो स्टार्ट trusting in India and our bilateral relations will boost further, right? So that is why it's written here that the focus should be on development aspect of Nepal, चाहे वो हाइड्रो पावर प्रोजेक्ट्स हों, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन प्रोजेक्ट्स हों, कनेक्टिविटी, टेलीकनेक्टिविटी, इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी. जैसे इंडिया में भारत नेट प्रोग्राम है, वैसा कुछ प्रोग्राम हम नेपाल के साथ भी लॉन्च कर सकते हैं उनको इंटरनेट अवेयरनेस देने के लिए, राइट? सो दिस ऑल कैन बी डन, राइट? So this is what is being recommended here, right? So that was about India Nepal. Now the next important topic, that is your Buddha Purnima. Buddha Purnima, that is the birth date of Buddha, celebrated on the 16th of May, right? That is now happening, so that is why this becomes important. Celebrated on May 16th, right? The birth anniversary of Siddharth Gautama. बुद्धा या गौतम बुद्धा जिनका नाम है सिद्धार्था और सिद्धार्थ गौतमा, राइट? नाउ दिस बुद्धा पूर्णिमा इज ऑल्सो नोन एज वेसक, विसाख और वेसक. रिमेंबर दिस टर्म, कैन बी आस्क्ड इन प्रीलिम्स कि वेसक या विसाख क्या होता है. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड नाउ that it is also believed to be the day he attained salvation और nirvana under the bodhi tree. ऐसा समझा जाता है कि बुद्धा को enlightenment भी इसी दिन पे हुई थी, मतलब उनका बर्थ भी इसी दिन हुआ, उनका रीबर्थ भी इसी दिन हुआ, because he got enlightenment, right? That is why this date is very significant in the Buddhist culture, because this is the birthday also, it is also the day when he achieved the salvation or enlightenment under the Mahabodhi tree at Bodh Gaya, right? That is why this is very important, right? So that is about Buddha Purnima briefly. Buddhism को बहुत अच्छे से cover कीजिए, very important topic for your prelims, right? Now the next topic is La Reunion. So this was a place in news, so a little bit important for your exam perspective. So basically we have to see where it is located. So you see, to the western side of Africa or even to the west of Madagascar, this small island that you can see, it is Madagascar, This highlighted portion that you see, this is Madagascar, and to the west of, or to the east of Madagascar, you have this island La Union. This is basically a French island, right? Now joint patrols have been done by India and France, right? That is, you know, why it has been in news. Joint surveillance and patrolling operations have been demonstrated. Just to know the geographical location of it, right? That is what is important for you in this topic. Next, the most important topic, that is your Shanghai Cooperation Organization, right? So now Shanghai Cooperation Organization's RATS meet is, you know, has happened in Delhi recently, right? So this is why it is in news. In India, Pakistan and other members of SCO discussed enhancing cooperation in fighting various regional security problems. ठीक है, सबसे पहले तो SCO देख लेते हैं क्या है. See, Shanghai Cooperation Organization that was established in Shanghai, that is China, to bring about cooperation among these European countries, East European countries, Central Asian countries, Russia, China, right? So देखिए, इनके फाउंडिंग मेंबर्स भी हैं फ्रॉम सेंट्रल एशिया, लाइक कजाकिस्तान, किर्गिस्तान, राइट, तजाकिस्तान, उज्बेकिस्तान. These 4 countries plus Russia and China gave birth to SCO to provide more cooperation among these nations in security field, in economic field, in political field. In every field they will be cooperating to enhance each other's relations and each other's economy, right? So now India and Pakistan also joined SCO in 2017. So ये basic facts पूछे जा सकते हैं कि यार, is India a founding member of SCO, is India a associate member? So India is basically a full member but not a founding member, right? It became a member, full member of SCO in 2017. Associate members are not full member, they are just related to the organization, but they are not yet full members, right? Full members, and these are the founding members. ठीक है, तो SCO and its factual information is important for your prelims. Now SCO का एक अपना group है that talks about terrorism, so that is why regional anti-terrorist structure, right? This group has been created basically to discuss terrorist issues, the issues created by terrorism, and to provide solutions to the issue of terrorism, to ensure regional security. ये सारी ही countries आप देखिए, they are affected by terrorism or they are, you know, threatened by terrorism. अब जैसे अफगानिस्तान में we have Taliban's rule, right? Just see little bit on the map. This is broadly, I'll have to make it short. This is maybe India, let's say. Here we have Afghanistan, where we see the emergence of Taliban. Right now, these Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, right? China, Russia. Now they are all threatened by terrorism, not just from here but also from Pakistan, right? So from various areas, these regions are very much threatened by the spread of terrorism, right? So इसीलिए these countries cooperate to check that threat of terrorism. So basically that is why this meeting was held, of RATS conference was held, to discuss the anti-terrorist measures. ठीक है, so इसीलिए ये कहा गया है, it is a permanent organ of SCO which serves to promote cooperation among the member states against terrorism, separatism and extremism. तीनों चीज़ों को it fights, it tries to fight terrorism, separatism and extremism of any kind. ठीक है. So that is why this organization is very important. जब भी SCO पे अगर मेंस पे भी क्वेश्चन आ जाए, so you can always mention that this important organization is working to ensure security in the region, to fight all the extremist terrorist activities that can take place in the region, right? That is how you can use it, right? So that is all for this class. Hope it helps. Thank you so much for watching.